All right, so hi and welcome everyone. It's Steve Wheeler, and here at NaviTrader, we've been here since 2002. Our goal is to provide you the very best training and tools for futures trading. I think probably the best anywhere. All right, so just a reminder too, for if you send an email to support@navitrader.com, we've got 7 different trader tools that will help you in your trading. Also, I want to remind you that tomorrow at 10 o'clock Eastern, we will have a follow-up live session where we'll show live charts. So please join us for that. You can sign up just by sending an email to support@navitrader.com. Or this afternoon, we're going to talk about 5 areas of trading that you need to work on. All right, so one thing is having good quality setups to try to simplify your trading. Also having the right mindset, knowing optimal trading times, how to manage risk. Risk management is not optional. That's one thing, as Patrick indicated, there is a certain degree of risk in trading. Of course, with the right tools, you can manage that risk. Also, how to make the trend your friend. All right, so let's talk about setups. This top screen is showing a simplified chart of what you see below. Okay, the top chart is one of our Trendicator charts. Also, when I refer to our tools here at NaviTrader, collectively we refer to our the different tools as the Trendicators. That's our charts and indicators, which there are 8 different indicators, which I'll cover later in the presentation. All right, so our charts, like I said, we try to make everything as simple as possible. We do put the automated signals on the screen, so the magenta arrow is a sell signal, and green arrows are buy signals. You'll also see that we have a bar called a consolidation bar. The consolidation bars are the bars with the gold frame around them. And you'll see when we break below a consolidation bar, that you can actually use that as a setup for a short position. And if we break above a consolidation bar, you can use that as a setup for a long position. All right, so the bars with no gold frame are called power bars. All right, so when we get the, for example, the red bars you see with no gold frame, that means there's a lot of downward momentum in the market. And you can see that continued for about 4 bars, and we had a consolidation bar followed by a number of different green bars, which are the power bars for long positions. All right, so with our charts, you can use them on any market. In fact, one thing I'll suggest to everyone, if you haven't tried trading the currency futures, such as the 6B or the 6E, I would strongly recommend those instruments. They are very good. They tend to trend very well. Here's an example of a 6E chart. See, we had automated buy signals a couple different places on this chart. All right, so one of the most powerful things that you can do with your trading is look for correlated markets. Okay, the top chart is the NASDAQ, bottom chart is the E-mini, and you can see we've got the automated signals for long positions, followed by a short position, followed by another long position. Those signals came in within just a matter of a few minutes of each other on both the NASDAQ and the E-mini. That's one of the most important things in your trading. NASDAQ and E-mini are very correlated. There's other correlated markets as well. In the currency markets, a lot of these instruments are paired with the US dollar. For example, the 6A and 6B are paired with the US dollar. So if the dollar is showing strength, you'll see the 6E and 6B moving down. Alternatively, if the dollar is showing weakness, you'll see the 6E and 6B moving higher. All right, so excuse me. When you first become a NaviTrader member, we set up your entire chart workspace for you, same way that I trade it every day. And this is an example of what I like to look at. The top two charts are the volume charts on NASDAQ and E-mini. Bottom charts are the NaviRenko charts on NASDAQ and E-mini. You can see that all these charts are giving you the same signal. So that's what you're looking for. I can tell you too that the NASDAQ, you'll get points in the market where the NASDAQ, there'll be short covering on the NASDAQ on a move down. It will move the NASDAQ higher, of course, and it'll bounce the E-mini up as well. So that's something we teach in our training, how to look for this correlation between NASDAQ and the E-mini. All right, so of course, in addition to having the right tools, you really have to have the right mindset. Now, there's some ways that you can help to develop that. In fact, I've been trading for a long time, and really it's something that you have to work on a daily basis. And that's one reason why at the end of each day, I do recommend take a look at what the market did that day, and take a look at what you did and compare the two. And over time, you can gradually improve your trading just by reviewing what you did versus what the market did. One thing that's very common with traders is you'll have an idea of what you think the market should do. However, the market really doesn't care about what you think. The only thing that matters is what the market's actually doing. All right, so very important to kind of face reality and have a little heart-to-heart meeting with yourself, preferably at least once a day, regarding what you're doing with your trading. All right, so really trading is really kind of a self-discovery process, really. Like I said, that's why you want to review what you did each day. Now, the other thing you want to do is take a look at the good things that you're doing. Okay, so maybe you tried trading a new instrument and that's really working well for you. And maybe that should tell you that's what you should be focusing on. All right, so just like in our personal lives, we want to improve each day. All right, so one thing that will help you too with your trading, of course, we all know that you need to be disciplined and patient in your trading. One thing that will help you with discipline is having a written plan. Now, your written plan, I recommend start out with something very basic, and you can always modify it as you go along. There's nothing that has to be cast in concrete. You should look at it as kind of a living document that you can tweak and improve as you learn new things each day. All right, so a couple things I recommend, kind of a checklist for your trading. I recommend that you check pending news. Now, there's a good website called forexfactory.com. It's a very good site to take a look at each day. For example, today we had the unemployment claims report. So you want to be aware of that. It was at 8:30 this morning, and when that happened, it created volatility in the market. You may decide that you don't want to be in trades when those news events come out. The Fed announcements, of course, create lots of volatility. Usually with the Fed announcement, you want to make sure you're not in any trades when the announcement comes out. Same thing with the jobs report, and also reports that relate to inflationary pressures. They will have a big impact on the market. So check pending news. Number two, do I have conditions for entry? In our case, do you have a signal? We put the signals right on our chart automatically. So do you have a condition for entry? Am I trading the correct instrument? For example, maybe you want to be trading the micro futures but your chart is of the E-mini. Well, if you take a trade using ChartTrader with the E-mini, it's going to put you into an E-mini trade. All right, so check to make sure you've got the right instrument. Now, the other thing I've experienced myself is I've actually gotten into trades that worked really well, only to find out that I was trading a sim account. Okay, so that's kind of disheartening when that happens. So make sure you look at what account you're trading. Make sure you're trading the right account. Also, make sure you've selected the stop and target strategy, which in NinjaTrader terms is the ATM strategy. Make sure you've selected the correct account. I did talk about that just to, yeah, the correct account too. So if you're trading multiple accounts, as many of you are, and I am too, you want to make sure that you've selected the right account to trade. Also, make sure your position sizing is correct. And I'm going to show you a tool in a few minutes that will actually calculate your position sizing for you. Number 7, just kind of take a moment before you get into a trade. Just think about it, that you've checked everything. Usually there's no big hurry to get into a trade. All right, so while you're in a trade, make sure you're managing your trailing stops or using an automated trailing stop. We have indicators on our screen that you can actually attach an order to an indicator so you can automate your trailing stops. Also monitor your daily profit and loss. Okay, set some limits for yourself in terms of any upside or downside P&L, and have the discipline if you've reached a certain limit, either up or down, just quit for the day. All right, so after you're done trading, update your daily log, check for and cancel any open orders, exit any open positions. Also with the NinjaTrader, there's an ability to set your system to global simulation mode. I like to do that when I'm done with trading. Set the system to global simulation mode. That way you're not going to have any trades going off inadvertently. Again, monitor the end of the day, your daily P&L. And like I said, note any lessons for the day and commit to ongoing improvement. All right, so as far as optimal trading times, that's going to depend on what market you're trading and also any pending news. So if you, like I said, if you've got pending news coming out, make sure you're not in any trades that would greatly impact the market. With the pending news too, you can also set an alert for yourself. If you have a smartphone, you can put in an alert on your phone to remind you of those. For example, like I said today, this morning, we had the unemployment claims report. All right, so risk management, this is something that is not, this is mandatory. It's not optional. You need to manage your risk. Now, over the past few years, the CME came out with the micro futures. And the micro futures are a very good trading instrument. All right, so micro futures with the NASDAQ, it's the MNQ. With the E-mini, it's the MES. Here at NaviTrader, we have developed a position size calculator. It's a great tool. It will actually automatically calculate the number of contracts that you should be trading based on your account size. So here's an example with the NASDAQ. We put in an account size of $10,000. Risk percent per trade, which I usually recommend keeping that at 2% or less. And a stop loss in ticks, which is something that you need to define yourself with your trading. You can click on the calculate button and it's actually going to calculate the number of contracts. So here's an example of the position size calculator where it will actually calculate the number of contracts. So here we're putting in the ES symbol. We're going to put in an account size of $20,000. We'll put a risk percent per trade of 1%. And a stop loss in ticks, we'll just put in 10 as an example. Click on calculate, and you can see it's calculating that you should be trading one contract. So if you're trading the micros, you'd be trading 10 contracts with the micros. All right, so like I said, recommend having a written trading plan. Start out with something simple. You can always add to it and modify it as you go along and learn new things about your trading. Even if you just start out with something very simple, like I'm not going to take any trades until a certain time of day. Start with something basic and then just modify it as you go along. All right, so really important to stay physically active too. Just you all want to have a good life. It doesn't matter how much money you make if you are not physically healthy. It's not going to matter. So keep yourself healthy. I go to the gym 7 days a week. The mind and body are very intertwined. So your emotional health is very, very much an important part of your trading. All right, so here's something that really applies to everything in life. Everything you want is just outside of your comfort zone. All right, so you can see a guy stepping out of his comfort zone. The next step is success. So personally, I try to do something every day where I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone. All right, so just like Picasso said, action is the foundation key to all success. All right, so the other thing I recommend to everyone is seek mentorship. Okay, here at NaviTrader, we do offer that mentorship to our NaviTrader members. All right, so we have personal mentorship. Also, we have about 70 hours worth of online training on our website that you can access as a NaviTrader member anytime you want to. All right, so in terms of the actual trending, I just want to show you some of our charts in action. Here's a trade where we've got 3 micro contracts and the market's moving higher, and we've got a trailing stop that's automatically trailing the stop, and that's the red line on the screen. All right, so there we came out of that trade on a trailing stop. All right, so here's another chart where we had a sell signal. All right, sell signal. And you can see the market's moving lower. We entered the trade at 59.40. Right now we're at 59.30, so we've come down about 10 points. And you can see the trailing stop took us out of the trade. All right, so that's the automated trailing stops. Okay, so here we had another sell signal, went short again, attached the trailing stop. So you've got a target down there at 59.04. And on that trade, we came out again on the trailing stop. All right, so that's
After chart of the ES symbol. It of the bicyclist, a green arrow.
All right, so here you can see we've got a trade here. We had the green arrow for a long position, and the market's moving up. Here we're just moving up our trailing stop below any pullbacks on this trade. And we've got a target at 59.15 and a quarter.
Attached to that green line, we want to based on the NaviPM indicator.
Okay, let me just do a quick sound check to make sure people are hearing me. All right, so let's do a quick sound check to make sure you're hearing me okay. All right, so here is our 6E chart. As I mentioned before, I do recommend to everyone, if you haven't tried trading the currency futures, give them a try. I really think they're a very good vehicle. Of course, the E-mini and NASDAQ are very good as well. So this is a 6E chart. I trade them myself very frequently. All right, so again, here's another one of our Trendicator charts. And see here we had a sell signal. Market's moving lower, came down, hit a target. All right, so here's an example of our charts with the E-mini. We had a buy signal for a 30-point move up, sell signal for a 15-point move down, and another buy signal for a 38-point move up. Okay, so here's another trending chart, 50-point higher. All right, so with trading, very important, just like anything else, control what you can control. And that's why risk management is so important. All right, so we mentioned the various tools that we provide here at NaviTrader. Let me cover those very quickly with you. Our charts, the actual price bars are called Navi bars. By the way, all of our everything that we have here at NaviTrader does run exclusively in the NinjaTrader platform. All right, so NinjaTrader, personally, I would consider it the very best futures trading platform out there. Okay. All right, so the Navi bars are an indicator. Another indicator we have is the Navi PM indicator. It puts the green line below the green bars and the red line above the red bars. It shows you direction, and also you can use it as a trailing stop. All right, so we also have another trailing stop called the Navi ATR stop. We've got some members that prefer this over the Navi PM. They're both very good. They'll both work very similarly. See a question in the room, how long do the price bars last? Well, the bars, it really depends on the your chart setup. So like I said, and it depends, of course, on how fast the market's moving. If we're using the Navi bars, the Navi wrinkle bars, it's really going to depend on how fast the market's moving. So the bars are not based on time. However, let me just add that if you like trading off time-based charts, you can use 3-minute charts, you can use 20-second charts if you want to. So you can, our price bars are really good because they're showing you direction in real time. Okay, you can look at each bar, it's telling you which way the market's moving. All right, so we also have our Automator, which is the automated signals on the screen, the green arrows for buys, magenta arrows for sells. That's the Automator. We also have our high-low indicator, which is our own oscillator. It will kind of give you an early warning sign of support and resistance. Big Mo indicator will show you momentum. Markets usually trade in the direction of momentum. The green dots are showing you up momentum. You can see here we had the green dots and the market continued to go a lot higher after those green dots. If the market has downward momentum, we're going to get red dots. We also have a velocity channel. Any of these markets are going to move a little bit kind of in a wave formation like you see on the screen. You can see overall the trend was up, but if you buy near the lower blue channel for long positions, that's going to give you a lower risk entry point. If you're in a downtrending market, you want to look for retracements up near the upper blue line. We also have our Navi relative ATR indicator. it will show you points in the market where you're likely to see a big breakout. All right, so markets tend to cycle between range expansion and range contraction. So it's looking for range contraction for potential breakout points. We also have our TradeFinder. The TradeFinder has a number of different technical indicators built into it. And it's a nice tool because you can look at a number of different markets and kind of sift through those markets to see which ones you need to be looking at and which direction. For example, here we had everything red for the Russell. So that would be one where you'd want to be looking for short positions. We also have our alerts window, which is really, with NinjaTrader, you run the alerts window, and our system will generate these signals for you. So here you can see I had a short signal on the E-mini and NASDAQ. And in this particular case, they both occurred at 7:49. One at 7:49 and 45 seconds, one at 7:49 and 11 seconds. So they both occurred within even just a matter of a few seconds of each other. All right, so this afternoon, for everyone in attendance, we're going to offer you a great special. And by the way, like I said, tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, we'll have a live session. So you can come in and see all of our tools running under live market conditions. Our special today is you're going to get 2 years of our Trendicators, which I said is all the 8 different powerful market indicators. 2 years of our Automator setups, which are the automated setups. You'll get a one-on-one personal mentoring session where we actually set up your entire chart workspace in NinjaTrader for you and answer any questions you have. We also have our member website, has over 70 hours of free member streaming videos. We also, you'll have a machine ID. You'll have a license for up to 2 of your own personal computers. And of course, unlimited online support. All right, so when you first become a NaviTrader member, we set up your entire chart workspace. We have a personal one-on-one session to set up your workspace, also do personal mentoring and interview to find out what's going on with your trading and any areas that we can help you with. All right, so like I said, for the entire period of your membership, you'll have unlimited support. Support we can provide over the telephone, email, or we can also connect directly to your computer. All right, so as a bonus for everyone, for actually the first 20 new signups, we have a 9-part futures trading mastery course that we developed over about a 2-year period. It's a very thorough course, covers everything from basic things like different order types, all the way through advanced trading strategies. So this has a $14.95 value. First 20 people are going to get this included. I'm not going to read every one of these items, but this gives you kind of a list of the different things that are included in that course. All right, so in addition to everything else, we do live market training 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 2:30 Eastern through 3:30 Eastern. So live training. Also, as a bonus for new NaviTrader members, you're going to get our futures position size calculator and also a stock position size calculator. All right, so if you're a stock investor, this is a really nice tool too to tell you how many shares that you should be trading if you're trading in stocks. All right, so our investment for the 2-year program is $24.77. And for the first 20 signups, you'll get this $200 coupon that will bring it down to $22.77. All right, so send your emails to support@navitrader.com. You're going to get all these 7 trader tools and guides. Tomorrow morning, we do have a live session at 10 o'clock Eastern, live market session. In that session, I'm going to show you some really neat tools too that we've just announced. A new tool that we've developed called the Auto Trade Strategy Simulator. This is actually a product that you can actually run on your computer. It will show you when our signals would take a trade. All right, so it's very interesting product, something we've just developed, and I think you'll find it very interesting. In fact, tomorrow we'll kind of talk more about that and just show you some things about it. So tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock Eastern, we do have that live session, so please join us for that. All right, so like I said, send an email to support@navitrader.com. We'll make sure you get invited to that session tomorrow.